I've been looking forward to hearing because I admire the way you do the weather all the time. Brittany, what do you have in store for us?
Oh, thank you so much, Matt, first and foremost, and good morning, everyone. Gotta love the day starting off with some bird talk.
Yeah, yeah.
Huge bald eagle fan myself. I used to have those Wisconsin plates for the endangered resources and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
And they've made a great comeback here in Wisconsin. I mean, we see them. I see them all over the state. They're here in Dane County. When I'm driving around the state, especially up north, I even see more of them.
Highway 53, I call that Bald Eagle Highway. You're
Oh,
guaranteed to see one.
there you
Mm.
go.
Oh, gosh. Well, you're not going to see the sun today. I'm so sorry for that bad news. Just got to drop it on there first. Then we'll
Well,
add some
Brittany, thanks a
positives.
lot. Good talking to you. Bye bye now.
Okay, thanks. Love you too. Oh, I know, I know. I wish, but those clouds are sticking around hardcore today. We still have a little bit of light rain in central Wisconsin. A little bit of light drizzle will linger through late morning on the eastern areas of the state, and those clouds just stuck here. Highs today, though, still nice and mild. I mean, we're already starting off in some areas. Kenosha, you're at 54 degrees. That is
Mm.
warmer than your average high, and it's 7 in the morning. So we are going to be hitting those mid 50s today across the state, some low 50s further north, and a little bit of patchy fog mixed in there as well. So a dreary kind of day ahead, but we've got the sunshine on tap for tomorrow. Plenty of it, and staying on those warm temperatures. They're stuck here with us the entire weekend and to start off next week too before some major changes happen.
Mm.
There's a pretty big system brewing for early next week that could fling our first snowfall statewide by Wednesday.
Oh, there's a four-letter word.
I swore. I know. Got to bleep me out.
But it's been ridiculously warm out. This is global warming. Angela was talking about global warming in the last hour. October, do you have the data yet as to whether that was the warmest October we've had in Wisconsin?
We
Seemed
don't have them
awfully
out.
warm.
Not out just yet, but I'll say it's probably right up there. Top 5 would be my guess.
Mm.
Absolutely. I've just noticed in Wisconsin alone, just looking at our state, more and more and more am I saying we're breaking records. We've got this massive heat wave. I feel like I am barely saying, oh, some below average temperatures. Oh, a record low? I can't even
Mm.
remember the last time I said that.
Yeah, we don't get that a
Good
lot.
point.
Brittany, give us a little bit of background how you got into this weather business.
Oh, goodness. It turned from a fear to a passion. So I actually started off as a kid. My parents, well, not my parents, we were all watching this crazy storm hit our cousin's house, and it was an F5 tornado that completely
Holy
leveled
smokes.
it.
Where was that?
This was in Plainfield, Illinois in 91. So I was a little one. Saw this about 15, 20 minutes later. I mean, of course, our family rushed over there to see what's going on, help clean up, see if they're okay. And oh gosh, to see that kind of devastation at such a young age, I grew up terrified. Every time the meteorologist
Sure.
would come on TV or that crawl would go across, I would grab everything and run in the basement and hide. And I mean, this went on for a while, I have to be honest with you. And I needed to turn that fear into education. I needed to learn about it so that I could face it. And so that's what I started to do was take a bunch of classes, got addicted, honestly. Started chasing tornadoes all across the country with amazing professors, learned so much about climatology as well as meteorology. And I'll tell you what, I'm hooked now. There's no way. It's
So
my
you were a
life.
storm chaser. What was that like?
Ups and downs. You're learning so much, you're so interested, you're watching the textbook actually form out in real life in front of your eyes. You're so excited that tornado happens, touches down, and all of a sudden your emotions flip. Uh-oh, now it's an emergency. Now it's headed towards a town. Now we have to go help. Now we have to recover and, clean up devastation and save people. It's a roller coaster of emotions, but it's
Have
neat.
you ever been in a situation where you thought you just got a little too close to that storm and you were in danger?
Absolutely. It was South Dakota, Bowdo, South Dakota. I think it was in 2021 or something like that. It was an F4 wedge, those big, massive ones, the textbook picture, scary ones. We were too close to it. We were in between the hail core, which had softball size hail, which would have punched out every single window and probably hurt us, and then the tornado. And our radar went out because cell service was so terrible. We didn't know what to do. We just kind of sat there, and the van kind of picked up a little, skidded, and that was the worst of it. We were all
Wow.
right. But I'll tell you, I
It's like
said
they
my
should
prayers,
make
I
a movie
buckled up.
called maybe they can make a movie called I don't know, Twister.
Ooh, I
I
know.
loved that movie as a kid. The original
Did
one,
you?
I loved it.
I
Did you
saw
see
it
the
in
second?
theater. Oh, I did not see the second one.
You guys, I thought we were friends. You didn't.
I
see
know. I
Sisters?
need to. It's on my list. It looks
I
so
didn't
good.
see the second one either. I saw the first one.
Well, all three of you need to see it, and then you need to call me right after.
Got it.
Done and done, I guess. As always, Matt, we weren't able to get to this yesterday because we had some technical difficulties. But our friend Rob in Tigerton is just reporting. Good morning from Tigerton. It's cloudy with rain, 42 degrees. We picked up 0.36 inches of rain overnight. I love your show, and I love civic class in school. So. Thanks as
Totally.
always, Rob from Tigerton, to being getting in touch with us. You can see if you're on the live stream, you can see he's got a picture with Kristen Lyerly, who's amazing. So
Yes.
he's our regular. He always gives us the weather report from Tigerton.
Love that.
He is the best. Such a sweetheart, too, honestly.
And we've gotten a lot of rain. I mean, I heard you yesterday, Brittany, saying, we used to be in drought and all of a sudden we've had more rain than in almost any year. That's a bit of a paradox.
Yeah, it really is. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that we're coming out of a strong El Nino, kind of in an end zone neutral phase, and now that weak La Nina is starting to pick up. So it's shifting our jet streams a little bit, sending a little bit more moisture, and we need that. So I do know, I think 14% of the state, I believe, is still in a severe drought, far, far north, but central Wisconsin, huge improvements. And after this system headed our way next week, I think we'll be good to go.
Are we supposed to get a lot of snow? Are you looking at a lot of snow next week?
Well, it's a little far out to say snow totals. I hate doing that because the models always want to give it a ton.
Sure.
But a good chance for at least 1 to 4 inches across the entire state. And then obviously heavier amounts, maybe half a foot to a foot in far, far north and west portions. So we'll see. Of course, this is a very far out forecast. Don't hold me to that one, you guys. But it's coming. It's coming.
So we should
sometimes
Go
I was
ahead,
going to say,
Angela.
sometimes people try to make predictions of like, oh, it's been, such a weird fall. Does this mean we're going to be in for a really rough winter? Or does, kind of the mild temperatures now imply that it's going to be a mild winter? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking we've got two things going on. We've got our shifting El Nino to La Nina. We've also got another pattern. It's called the AO. It's the one that brings us the cold snaps. That one has a lot to do with the weather here in Wisconsin. And then you've got climate change on top of that. When you mix all three things together, I think a La Nina year usually means colder and snowier. I don't think we're going to be below average colder. I think we're going to probably sit average because we've been trending above average. Yes, it's the El Nino, but yes, you've got climate change. So you put those two things on top of a weak La Nina. I think we're just going to sit average this year, which would be better than last year. Colder
take
and a
it.
little bit snowier. Yeah, me too.
But some of that snow could be heavier if the temperature's a little bit warmer.
Yeah, that's the thing. And our overnight lows are the things that are warming the most, which is when our snowfall usually hits. And if we're going to get more icing or raining events, that's harder to drive in and more concerning.
So if you're listening, you should get your shovel ready. Make sure you get a decent shovel. I got to go to the hardware store and get a new one. I damaged one last year too much. Get your salt and your sand and your gloves and your hats.
Snow
Because it's coming.
tires. Yes,
Snow
it is.
tires, if you do that. I don't do that. Maybe I should.
Or don't do any of that stuff and just stay inside and wait until April. It's fine. You're fine. We're fine. It's fine.
It's good.
I like a little snow as long as I'm not driving.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, right? Like, it's beautiful the way it sticks. I love the first snowfall, the way it sticks to the trees, and it just looks beautiful. And if you have the privilege to be in a warm bed with cozy slippers and hot chocolate,
Yes.
I love winter for that. I'm not a winter sports person. I don't go out if it's cold. Don't ask me to go anywhere. I like to watch the beauty from the comfort of my warm bed.
But you found the positive, and that's the thing. Once the leaves are gone, the grass is dead. Give me something pretty, and it's snow.
Exactly.
That was a beautiful poem there, Brittany Merlot.
Why, thank you. Thank you, Greg.
And I like a fire in the fireplace. We have an old-fashioned fireplace, own fireplace, and I actually chop my own firewood, so that's just kind of fun. And
I love it.
Thoreau
Matt
said that.
Rothschild, man of the woods.
Yeah,
Lumberjack.
I love this quote from Thoreau. Or I visited his place and they called it's Thoreau. It's pronounced Thoreau. Really?
Get over yourself.
I couldn't believe it either. But anyway, he did say Thoreau. Thoreau said that a fire burns twice as hot if you cut the wood yourself. So I mean, it's a mental thing, but I loved it. And it's just something I look forward to. Bringing the wood in, just getting the first fire going with the snowfall. So
Isn't that
we'll be
best?
doing all of that. So any last words for us, Brittany?
No, just try to get through the darker day today. The sun shines on its way tomorrow.
Well,
Gotta
thanks
hold
so
on
much.
that hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait for the sun this weekend. I need it. Brittany Merlot, meteorologist for Civic Media. We'll be right back on the Civic Media Radio Network.
She feels good. She knows she's looking fine.